Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Nox Empress. Happy Halloween, everyone. I wanted to do something fun for October since it's one of my favorite months of the year and it has my favorite holiday, Halloween. To celebrate the season and the month, I'm going to be playing a horror mod pack with the Broken Script and No Moon.jar. There are some other mods I've added in, and I will be switching out mods and adding new ones based on what I think will work best for myself. You guys will also notice that I am using the replay mod due to the version of Minecraft I'm on. I hope you guys enjoy, and a little surprise for the end of the month, I will be releasing a full version of all of the videos. I do have to note that I am messing with the length of the days and night cycle. I'm trying to slow them down quite a bit so they last longer, and so I have more time during the daytime to build, create farms, create basically anything I could need or want. Because during the nights, I will have the Broken Script and No Moon.jar enabled, which means they will have almost full reign on the world during the nighttime minutes. The daytime and the nighttime will be equal in the time frame they will be running, I guess. Because of me removing No Moon.jar and the Broken Script only during the daytime gameplay, I am considering adding other mods to kind of make up for it in a sort of way. Mods I'm currently considering is Herobrine, the Knocker, simple things that I don't really have to worry about destroying the builds, since my favorite part personally about Minecraft is building. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations or anything I should look into to see if it might work well for the mod pack. Just so you guys might be able to help out, I will let you guys know that I am running NeoForge in Minecraft version 1.21.1. So if you guys have any ideas, you'll have something to work off of. So right now I'm trying to make a knife so I can get some little wood board things for Silent Gear to make a saw template. That way I can gather some more wood and supplies so I can go mining somewhat effortlessly to make it a little bit easier in the longer run, since my plans for a base is a sky base kind of thing with a specific house style I haven't decided on as of this moment. But due to me wanting a sky base, I have to make sure that I'm sorted in the tool zone to make it more effortless for the building side of things. And that means I'll also have to figure out what I want to use on the house that is easy to get. I will mention that I do have Biomes of Plenty installed, as well as some other mods for building purposes. I have decorative pavers, which means I'll have nicer pathways, or I can use the blocks for building houses and stuff. It essentially gives me more options for diorite, andesite, granite. It even gives me some more color options, like I can have blue colored granite, which will look really cool, and some other colors as well. I didn't want to show all the mining I did, but it did take me 10, 20 ish minutes of me just mining and collecting things. I do have dynamic lights, obviously. That way we can have more of a realistic and easier time walking through caves and stuff, being able to see. On top of that, you guys have probably noticed that I have texture packs for the mobs, like the sheep, cows, chickens. I have some for some other mobs as well that I'll let you guys see in time because I don't want to spoil all the fun. And I have some additional mods to enhance the experience as well. One of them is one of my favorite mods. It's Farmer's Delight, as well as some Farmer's Delight additions, which you guys will slowly but surely see pop up. So I'm gonna give sleeping a real quick try to see if that still works, even though I've lengthened the day-night cycle. If not, that'll be fine. I wasn't planning on sleeping continuously either way. I think I'm going to limit the sleeping so the broken script can have its time during the nighttime, which works well. Since I've spent a large amount of time running around and working on getting paper through Farmer's Delight, I'll be skipping a lot of that and fast forwarding a large portion so you guys don't have to watch me do that. So, I do have to apologize. I kind of messed up while recording this. Instead of recording my gameplay and the third person perspective, my gameplay got all glitched out. So, a large portion of this episode of me playing with the broken script and no moon.jar will be third person. I'll try to make up for that for the second portion of it, but we'll definitely have to see what I can do. My bad, guys. I hope you still enjoy, and if you do, I'm gonna say it. Please like. Thanks. So, when my gameplay glitched, it also glitched in game, which means I lost my bed, my furnace, and my crafting table. So, I'm gonna have to get more wool to kind of make up for that, which really stinks. And I was hoping I could just keep the things and not lose them. But oh well. Let's get this done. Okay, let's get 3D. I might think about getting better gear at some point because it is getting a little bit annoying that I'm wearing gold with the littlest touch of diamond. I do want to apologize. There's going to be a ton of building going on, and I'm going to be skipping most of the nights in recording wise because they're pretty boring unless I see something or get an achievement or anything like that. I will be kind of skipping over it because I do spend most of the in game nights planning what I want to do for the build, what I want to get, essentially figuring out what direction this is going to go in. So a lot of that is very boring to watch. I tend to just go through barrels, you name it. Every once in a while, I'll spend some time working on the interiors of the house, like cabinets, dining room, living room, that kind of thing. So very rarely will you see much of the nighttime. Whenever I do anything interesting, like building, I will definitely be showing it. Mining, I'm going to cut out for the most part unless I'm getting diamonds or specific things that I really need for like long term to kind of chop all of this stuff up, make it more digestible. I hope you guys don't mind the building. If you do, well, my channel's probably not for you, and I hate to say that, but I spend a lot of my time building and planning things because it's one of the reasons I'm here playing Minecraft. So right now, I think I'm going to start building my kitchen setup, and I think I'm going to use oak wood because it should be relatively easy to merge into the purpley black build that I have going on right now. Hopefully I can make it mesh a little bit better down the road, but we will definitely see. I have to figure out where I want my furnaces and if I want a sink, where to put that, as well as making some space for like a dining setup, which will definitely be interesting since I made this little area very small, which is kind of my bad. But I did want to get the rest of the mods 100% running without too many hiccups. I am a little bit confused why I got blindness, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's obviously one of the two horror mods currently installed, but I'm not sure what entity caused it. I did just get a really cool achievement asking why I'm here. If I could, I would respond, but that's probably a really bad idea. So I'm not gonna do that right now. Maybe down the road, I might respond and see what's gonna happen in chat, because that could be really interesting. But for now, we're gonna get my little dining table set up and see where I think that would work best, because I'm going to add chairs to both sides of the table. I just don't know how big I want the table quite yet. So I'm going to give a quick summary of what I'm about to spend a ton of time doing. I spent a large amount of time traveling around, exploring, collecting things. I have a bunch of sand now. And to get back to my house, I suffocated in sand on purpose because I do have keep inventory on due to the broken script and no moon.jar. However, none of you will be able to see that. You will be seeing soon me building. Lots of it. I hope you're excited. because I know I am. Oh, I did also really quickly want to mention that once in a while, you guys will see the entities that come and greet me or mess with me kind of indirectly since I'm not on the floor currently. Kind of as a nice little add in. Okay, so we're going to take a little break from building, just temporarily, so I can show you the message I got in chat and let you guys hear some of the audio I was listening to while playing here and there. After that, we'll go back to building. I do want to apologize. I'm not doing anything interesting while this stuff is happening because I'm still pretty terrified of the mods at this point, but it'll slowly but surely get better and I'll be doing more things while these events are happening down the road. I promise. Oh, Billy? I'm a little surprised we got him, albeit temporarily. So I have no idea why there is water in my base, but I fixed that. And then a day or two later, this is obviously a time skip and stuff, I was teleported in the air with feather falling, which is nice, at least. But I had to get back in my base nonetheless. Then a few days later, I got an achievement asking for me to save someone. Not sure why. Probably a bad idea. And then I noticed my sheep were missing and the singular pig I had put in the pen. So I decided to tear that down because I'm not allowed to have animals. And then I think the same day or another few days later, I went mining and I found 3 veins of diamond, which is amazing and super happy about that. So I then returned home, sun was starting to set. I got an achievement that said good luck. Cool. Then in the night, I got a physical sign that had nothing. And then even later, whenever the sun was starting to rise in game, there was myself, invisible as could be, which was super confusing. Then I got notified that a core draws near. Not sure what that's all about, but cool. And then I got told null in a nice long line across my screen. A little bit after that, I got told that something was here. Not sure what, but something. And I lost the video of me building the little white add on, but it's there now. It looks kind of cute. Has some little autumn leaves on it. I'm gonna move on to me building the second little white edition that has a little under area with some autumn leaves dripping down. So I'm not sure what that achievement was about. Apparently, something from above is calling to me. Okay. So a few days later, got a text command thing in chat asking for freedom. Not sure why. And then a few days later, I got null in the game. That's exciting. Okay, and then I found a really pretty chest with 10 diamonds in it. Very pleased. And then I got a weird looking block. And then promptly after, I got told to go away, even though this is my world. All right. Then there was a secondary block that I don't know what it is still that spawned in, which I ignored and decided to take a picture of the one upstairs and hang it on my wall, which took forever because I had to fight with the sizing, which was not fun. But it's okay. I think I understand it now. Hopefully, in the future, it should be easier to put things up on the wall. And this is where we're going to end the episode. I'm going to do a little bit of a screen around my base and what it currently looks like at the start of day 26. Welcome back, everyone. So, there's not a lot going to be going on, just a lot of building and smelting. Thankfully, I have cut 90% of the smelting up, and this stuff that I did not cut out is very short, and it's at like 10 to 16 times sped up. Let's go ahead and jump into the first building that I'll be making. And then after, I'll do a little cut and include some of me running around. While I was working on smelting more stone for the next building, there was some events that occurred. I've turned down the volume a lot so it's not too loud. The funny thing is with both of these events, they happened almost back to back, and I was recording at midnight. It was so bad that I logged off for the rest of the night and early next day, and I only started playing again around noon. Once I had more stone smelted, I started building the second building. However, I did lose a large portion of the third perspective of me building it, sadly. So you're going to get some first person building that I have sped up and try to make sure that it won't make anyone sick to watch due to the head whipping around. And then for some reason, I decided it was a good idea to remove half of my second floor, which was the entirety of the farm portion, and move it upstairs onto a third floor, which future me thinks looks amazing. However, irritated me at one point because the broken script messed with it. I again lost the footage of me building the third floor, so you're getting a lot of first person building today. I hope you guys enjoy. So this is the last little portion of me building in first person that you guys will see for the rest of the video. I will be moving over to some events that happened while I was smelting stuff and was not paying any attention for the most part. So I missed out on some things that would have been really funny to read if I was paying attention during all of the smelting that I did. I will admit, because I've sped up me smelting stuff, some of the broken script audio sounds really goofy, sped up like 10 to 16 times. I spent so much time building the second building and I love it. And then I took a little break to steal a villager, which will become a minor pain in my douche. I don't like villagers at all. I think I'm gonna move them somewhere so I don't have to listen to them go meh for hours. And this is where the broken script decided they wanted to redecorate my house, which I disagree with, and I had to put everything back. I was so pissed because it broke some of the crops that don't drop seeds unless they're fully grown. So that was miserable to try to get those crops back. I also put the villager inside of my house temporarily. That way I can reach them during the nighttime and whatnot. It also broke my bed, which I forgot about. So after I finished building the second hand coming out of the ground, I died and I got tossed all the way back to spawn, that really pretty redwood forest, and I had to walk all the way back. I did collect some crying obsidian and more obsidian, which was great and all, but I was so irritated. It took forever for me to return. Welcome back, everyone. I have something super exciting to show you guys that I just realized during editing. So, the Broken Script and No Moon Jar have some really good audio cues that I didn't realize I was hearing to some degree until editing, and they sound so good and create so much tension. I'm going to show you guys so you won't be able to have my fun little circus music this time around for a portion. But I have upped the volume to 200%. Hopefully, the in game Minecraft sounds, like me messing with barrels and farming and stuff, isn't too loud. But I hope you guys enjoy. I did also want to mention very quickly that I did make a basement for my villagers. That way, hopefully, whenever all of my entities get moved to me, they stay and I don't have to wrangle them again. Also, here's the screen on my perspective whenever that entity spawned in. So, as you guys noticed, I had a visitor. I think that's from nomoon.jar, if I'm correct. Luckily, I was quick enough and it couldn't get to me, and I was so glad that it couldn't hit me. But it was terrifying that something actually made it into my base. My bad for that. But I did move on to my large hand reaching out of the ground and cleaned up the floor, made a second little floor area to put a portal, and I have it all lit. Yay. So I chose against adding me wandering around in the nether because the replay mod couldn't handle it, and I found the first person footage very difficult to work with, so you guys won't see me in the nether for most of this series. I was only in there for a little bit, making a pathway so I could reach the command block for nomoon.jar, which did take a while, but all I did truly was make a pathway all the way to the coordinates in the nether, make a new portal, and just jump straight through after making my home portal a little box. If you guys, for future videos, want me to show off the nether, I guess put the word nether in the comments, and that will let me know that you guys want to see all of that stuff. So I finally made the void repellent, and then a few seconds later I got told the core is full, which was very confusing, but looking back on it now, I think it just meant that I needed to go find the command block to start it up, in a sense. So I finally did it. I was able to get to the command block and break it, allowing nomoon.jar to start, I guess, which I will show in first person the command block doing what it does. But I was very confused, obviously, and watching it do its thing, I was very worried that something was going to spawn, so I did keep my distance and run away from it. Luckily, nothing seemed to appear, which is good. But it did change the day cycle to midday, and I'm still not sure how it's affecting my world so far, but we will definitely see as time carries on. Oh, also, some good news. I finally met Billy, became his friend, got the instructions for the Void Altar, and then the Broken Script decided to remake my house again. So I'll have to get a new bed. On top of that, I'm working on a new build that I'll show you guys in the next episode. But due to the Broken Script making my house new, I clicked on one of the curtains and it crashed my game. So I ended this video on day 59. Isn't that fun? So you guys will understand later on in the video why I have done a 360 around my base. But I am so in love with how it's looking currently and super excited to see what changes versus what I add on to. It's always exciting to see what it looks like from a different non-first person's perspective. So I finally made the altar thing and went to nomoon.jar's dimension, which is really cool. And I decided to mess with it a little bit, and this is the first time of me being in the realm. What I had done was I broke something, I don't know what it's called or what it was, and it spawned an entity in, obviously. I did mess with the audio a little bit because I wanted to cut out some portions of me wandering around and whatnot, so you guys can still enjoy the full audio of me fighting the entity, poorly albeit. But I did die, and I did it 2 times. I'm only going to show the first time that I tried. To put it simply, I spent a few Minecraft days in the nether mining. I now have 4 netherite ingots that I can't apply to my armor yet because I haven't gone to a bastion. And that's about it. So I'm not 100% sure what entity was causing this or what was going on. I just know that when I had recently rejoined the game really late into the night because I needed to do more recording, I got blasted with this loud noise and the weird screen aberrations or alterations, whatever it is. which was very jarring, and I logged off shortly after. And then a few days later, while I was starting to work on my tower again, because it'd been a while since I worked on it last and I was going to try to complete it, um, this entity that I didn't know the name of, and I can't remember the name now, started chasing after me. And I didn't know this entity could fly, but it did, directly towards me, into my house. And you'll see what it did shortly. But I was so distraught. I spent, I don't know how long, staring at what it had done until I could figure out what I wanted to do to fix it. So I'm going to move to the third person perspective of what happened and of me fixing everything, which was a very lengthy process because I had to take several breaks in between. I kept running out of ideas on what to do, and I still couldn't figure out how to fix the kitchen, especially since I didn't have any iron whatsoever to get the things that I needed the most again, and I did not want to go mining. So, this is the administrator, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I've never experienced them close by. And the audio cue is very loud and overwhelming, per usual for me with this mod. So I've quieted it down and shown you a portion of it because it's just the same thing on repeat. So I finally decided to get rid of the wooden trapdoors because I figured out something that would look better, which is glass. So I spent some time replacing that and I'm so much happier with it. And I shouldn't have to worry about that no moon dot jar entity spawning again in my house. Thank goodness. That thing was noisy and annoying. And this time I ended it when I was supposed to, which was on day 75, meaning we have 25 more days until we hit 100 days in this world. Isn't that exciting? I'll see you guys next time. So let's start this off in the right way. I joined to go through day 75 to 100, yay, and I was killed and sent to a new dimension. Isn't that exciting? I was not excited. I was not happy about it. I was so confused on where I was and how I was going to get out. As you'll see me try a few different things, a lot of the time I end up dying trying to see if maybe this time my spawn point has been fixed. And I died, I don't know, between 5 and 10 times just trying to get out of here and see if maybe whatever was forcing me here would stop. I'm not sure how many days I spent in the dimension. My guess is between 2 and 5 days, meaning I was slowly running out of time. And I only had 20 days to work on my goals and try to get them complete. But at some point, I kind of just tossed in the towel. So I ended up tossing out a few diamonds and gave myself a waystone and cheats to get out of there. I caught a little goofy circuit moment, and then I caught two other entities, one the silhouette, the other I don't know. This time I did actually have a goal for the rest of the 30 or so days that I had left. I wanted to go to the end, kill the dragon, get myself an elytra, so I can say I've actually finally completed the game. Because, funnily enough, even though I've played Minecraft for years, I've never gone and killed the dragon, like, ever. Especially on my own. So I wanted to say I have done that before. My last hope to try to do is to try to get the tower as close to complete, even though it was very difficult because it was very resource intensive. And kind of surprisingly, the dragon was really easy, especially since I was in netherite gear that was not bad, but not the best at enchantments, which was actually kind of nice. It did take forever for me to use the sword on the dragon, though, because I ran out of arrows halfway through because of lagging and missing most of my shots, very disappointingly. It also took me quite a while to find an end city. None of them were very visible on the map, and there was none close by to the little warp portal that spawned whenever I killed the dragon. So it took another sad, long few days for me to finally find one. And when I did, I was so excited. So after getting my elytra and returning home, I spent a ton of time smelting stuff, like an absurd amount of time. And for the last few days, I built. I also figured out what entity caused the weird flashy screen thing where there's like black lines on the screen. It's the triangle dude. His name is the Truth, if I'm correct. It took me, I want to say, 10 days to get everything smelted and to get my tower as built as I could in the last few days. And I wasn't able to finish it completely, sadly, but that's okay. I think it looks okay, and I'm just pleased that I was able to get the circular frame completed. If and only if I do more days, I can hopefully flesh it out more. But there's a little show around my base, or the exterior of it, anyways. The insides are a wreck. The broken script and no moon dot jar had a field day, so much so at some point I lost an entire barrel full of things and the will to bother farming. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I had some fun. Thanks for watching. I do also hope to wish everyone a happy Halloween.